from San Francisco, California, this is the Rock and Roll Geek Show. This is the story of my rock and roll butler.
Welcome to the Rock and Roll Geek Show. My name's Michael Butler. Thanks a lot for joining me. I really appreciate it. Today is Tuesday, August 13th, 2024, and it is 1:53 p.m., and that means technically it's legal to drink for me to drink a beer. I'm going to take a first sip of the first beer of the day, which is always the best. This is a Tecate in the can in a Camo Yeti knockoff koozie. Oh, that's good. It's a beautiful day out here in Trinity County. I'm up in the mountain house. It's been in the hundreds, but today it's like 79 degrees. Oh, it's just absolutely beautiful out. I've been to the dump twice, loading my truck and unloading leaves all day or all morning. Now I'm clean, I'm showered, and I'm ready to do a Dog Days of Podcasting episode for you. This is day 13 of the Dog Days of Podcasting, where me and a bunch of other podcast nerds attempt to do a show a day for the entire month of August, and this is day 13. And I got this beer clogged in my throat, so I might have to do a pardon me, friends. I got a few more 20th anniversary comments coming in, so please keep them coming. I'm going to do this show either Thursday or Friday, so you got a couple more days. I'm really appreciative of all the support that I've been getting for asking. And also, Richard Fusey has a post on the Rock and Roll Geek Facebook page, which I did not create, but I do approve of. We just got to answer 2 questions, et cetera, et cetera. Questions such as, I don't know if let me pull it up on the Rock and Roll Geek Facebook page. Go there. And Richard Fusey has a post that's pinned on the featured post. There's right next to Stephen Cohen's 20th anniversary post. Richard Fusey has a post that says, since he is the sheriff, he says, anniversary segment for special Rock and Roll Geek episode. 1, your favorite track by track since you've been a listener. 2, funniest story Michael has ever told that most of us would never share. 3, name 10 favorite bands of Michael Butler's, no special order. See how many you get from his list. I can't even name my 10 favorite bands. That changes, I think. Number 4, what is your favorite Michael Butler catchphrase or a name that for something that only a Rock and Roll Geek listener would catch his drift? 5, how did you find the show and what did you first hear that brought you back or saved the show to your favorites? 6, your favorite Michael Butler interview that got media attention or was mentioned as a source. Mine was his interview with Guernica, Mancini, Mona, and Ernest after being fired from Thunder Mother. So there you go. Go ahead and post that on your on that thread as well, and I will read some of those as well as play your audio comments. It will surely be an ass-kissing episode, but if you don't want to kiss my ass, give me some negativity too. I'll play that. If you think the show sucks and you just happen to stumble upon it and you're saying, "Who is this dork?" Call in. Email it to rockandrollgeek@gmail.com. I will play it on the show, friends. If you're a classic metal show listener and you want to troll me, troll away. I'll play it on the show. Classic metal show host. Troll away, friends. 20 years. I'm turned over a new leaf. I love everyone. Yes, including Chris Capel, the Rock and Roll Copywriter, who so graciously by the way, he also called in a 20th anniversary comment. Thank you, Chris Capel. But he has a show review. I believe it says Foxborough Show Review on the title. So let's listen to it together, friends. Now, who is that?
Michael Butler.
Metallica, right? Oh, back it up here. Oh, let me back it up. Okay. Okay. All right, back. Hello, caller. It's got to be a Metallica show review.
Michael Butler. Chris Capel.
Hey, Chris.
Copywriter. Calling with a show review.
Yay.
How you doing?
I'm super great. Could not be better. Thanks for asking.
Jet lagged and all. Glad to
Yes,
hear it.
yes.
Anyway,
Oh yeah.
let me take
Oh
a
yeah. Let me
sip
back
of-
it up. Let me back it up. I didn't play that right. Okay, let's do that over. All right, here we go. Start it over, friends.
Michael Butler. Chris Capel, Rock and Roll
Hey, Chris.
Copywriter. Cohen with a show review. How you doing?
Well, Chris, funny you should ask. I'm a little jet lagged. Still jet lagged. I've been waking up super early in the morning. I woke up at 3:30 this morning. I've been waking up at like 2. I lay in bed with my eyes staring to the ceiling. This morning I laid in bed till about 3:30. Had to get up and then got up and used the bathroom. Went back up to the loft in the mountain house to go back to bed. Laid in bed, stared at the ceiling till 4:30 a.m. and then I said, "Fuck it, I'm getting out of bed and to go downstairs and unwind." All right. So yes, that's how I'm doing, Chris Capel. A little jet lagged.
Jet lagged and all.
Yes.
Glad to hear it.
Yes.
Anyway, let me take a sip of my fine homemade iced tea.
I'll join you with a Tecate.
3:33 on Wednesday, August 7th. Here we go.
Here we go. Here we go.
Nice.
Yeah.
All
that's
right.
good. That's good.
While you're on your overseas escapades,
Yes.
there's still some rock and roll happening back here in the colony. So
Yes.
let me take you back a week.
All right.
Sunday, not last Sunday, a week ago Sunday. I was putting away stuff in my kitchen and I totally wrenched my back.
Oh, sorry to hear that,
And
friend.
then I had a flat tire.
Oh.
Like a couple days later,
Oh.
a couple things went wrong.
Flip it, friend. You got to turn it around. Turn the negativity around. Think positive. It'll come back.
At the house, just having a crappy week. Doing a lot of work. That's not fun.
Yeah, chores are not fun, but they are necessary. I've been doing chores since I got back from the mountain or from England. The wife has put me to work. Boy, am my arms tired, if you get my drift.
Family member, not my ex-wife and kids, but my birth family, and working with a couple pain in the neck clients and whatever. So
Yeah.
I need to get the hell out of town. So
I hear you.
my back hurt, but what the hell?
Uh-huh.
I mean, I could sit around the weekend and
Could
have
mope.
my back hurt at home, or I could
Yeah.
go somewhere else and have my back
Yeah.
hurt. So
Yeah, get laid.
I went down to my garage, strapped the old bike on, and headed up to Foxborough, Massachusetts,
took a
where
bike
the
ride.
New England Patriots play.
Okay.
And that's
On your bicycle?
no traffic, 2 hours, 15 minutes.
On a bike. Okay.
Probably closer to 3 hours, 15 minutes because there was Friday casino traffic. This is Friday the 2nd.
You're talking about a motorcycle.
And I was driving up, and
he's
at
driving
one
it.
point it was just pouring.
I'm a little slow, friends. He put his bike on his car, I'm assuming.
Rain, the kind where you almost have to pull over and you just can't see anything, but that eventually stopped.
Speaking of bikes, that reminds me. Sorry to interrupt you, Chris Capel. I just put an electric bike up on the Facebook Marketplace. I bought my wife a $3,200 Quiet Cat electric bike about in 2021, right before the when was the pandemic thing? Whenever. 2021. I got it for Christmas. I got it for her for Christmas 2021. It's never been ridden. It's got 42 miles on it. She made me put it up for sale to help pay for the dog walk. Did I mention that we have a house sitter coming while we're in Africa, and it's costing us almost $6,000 for the dog sitter? Mm-hmm. So I got to come up with some money for that. So I'm trying to sell this electric bike, a Quiet Cat Ranger 7.5. Paid $3,200 for it. I'm asking $2,500 or best offer. This has been a public service announcement from the Rock and Roll Geek Classifieds. All right, back to you, Chris Capel.
So I went to an Airbnb up there.
That's always nice.
20,
by
30
yourself?
minutes away from
You
the
went by
stadium,
yourself?
And more on that later. So drove there. I missed the opening. Oh, by the way, it was to see Metallica, of course.
I figured.
So then I
He's
missed
seen Metallica about 115 times, I think.
the Wolfgang Van Halen, Wolfie, whatever they call it. but I did see the Pantera, fake Pantera with.
Craig just came back. He went to the Chicago show. He had the VIP pass because he's friends with Kirk, whatever the guy's name is, Kirk Hammett.
The guy from Ozzy Osbourne and the Anthrax drummer. I mean, I've seen the real Pantera, so it really wasn't all that exciting.
Yes, I've seen him,
but
too.
whatever.
Saw him open for Skid Row.
And I parked in the free.
The Skid Row fans were flipping Pantera off, and Phil Anselmo ran out in the audience and tried to kick somebody's ass.
Parking, which was a mistake. You'll find out later. And so they were playing their no repeat weekend, 15 songs one night, 15 the next, or 2 nights later. So we're going to get 30 original songs, different opening acts. So first show, I'll talk about the set list later.
You went to both.
After the show, took friggin' 2.5 hours to get out of the parking lot.
That's why you hang out and just tailgate.
I could have driven home by the time I got back to that Airbnb. So that Airbnb was kind of crummy, and I didn't like. I wouldn't have booked it if I'd known the truth about it. But anyway, so.
Taunted?
One of the other guests was in the shower all freaking morning, and finally couldn't take it anymore. So I just split. I didn't even take a shower after the show.
One of the other guests. I don't get it. Is it a shared Airbnb?
And I didn't want to dick around Boston because I didn't want to, be in the city and pay $50 for parking and traffic and all that stuff. So I decided to head up to New Hampshire to do some bike riding. And I went up to Derry, New Hampshire. And when I was packing my bike up, I realized that had a flat tire too.
Oh, man.
So first thing I did when
it rains, it pours.
New Hampshire, I had to find a bike shop to get that fixed. And I found one, and it was a Trek dealer. And they're probably wondering why this interloper is there with a Cannondale from out of town. But they fixed it fast and cheap. So that was cool. So I got to the second Airbnb, which was awesome. It was a whole house. I had it to myself. Even the host wasn't there. So I took a shower.
I take it you went by yourself. Sometimes it is fun to go on trips by yourself. It really is.
And went into town for provisions. Actually, I went to town first.
For beer.
Got some local beer, some sushi for dinner, pita chips and hummus. And I found the Asian massage spa, which I checked into for massage. And that woman really dug in.
Oh, yeah. I'll bet she did, Chris Capel.
Michael Butler, no happy ending. So that was a great Airbnb. So that pretty much took up all day Saturday. And then Sunday I got up early and rode some of the trails there and made my back feel better. And
yeah, that's nice.
That was good. I really got some good riding.
See, you turned it around.
Started. So headed down to the third Airbnb, which was fine.
3 Airbnbs.
Second one, but much better.
Wow, a nice weekend getaway, Chris Capel. Talk about pampering yourself. You did turn it around.
The first one. And now this time there was thunder and lightning, and it was just pouring rain again and pouring rain at Foxborough. I'm like, oh, this sucks. So there's no cover over the stadium because it's just round stage in the middle. It's pouring rain. I don't see how they're going to have a show. How Kirk Hammett's going to bring out that $1 million Les Paul guitar.
Which, by the way, Craig, he brought that to dinner. Craig went to dinner with Kirk, and he brought it to dinner, and Craig played it. The greenie.
This time I knew where to park, so I got $30 parking, which was a mile away from the stadium. But the free parking was a mile away where I had to park anyway. And so I parked there. And I sat in my car for a while, waiting for the rain to dissipate, and it really didn't. So I grabbed an umbrella. And I also have, and this is a rock and roll geek tip, go to Walmart and buy those cheap ponchos as disposable ones. Keep a couple in your car.
Good one.
If you ever go to an outdoor concert and it's raining. I mean, at Ozfest several years ago, that just saved my bacon. But anyway, so
a life hack from Chris Capel, the rock and roll life hacker.
I had one of those, and I had an umbrella in the car too. So after a while, I decided to walk down there because I figured the Patriots Stadium has this whole bunch of restaurants and stuff, so you don't have to stay outside. And I was hoping I could stay, undercover because I don't like getting wet. So I'm walking toward the stadium, and I see groups of people walking away from the stadium. And,
Canceled,
group here,
huh?
group. And there started being more of them. And finally, about the fourth time I passed these people, I said, "Hey, what's the story with the concert?" And guy said, "Oh, they're not letting any people in the stadium anymore because of thunder and lightning." They said, "Just check the Facebook page
What?
for updates."
Facebook page.
And I'm thinking, this is Massachusetts.
What if you're not on Facebook?
This is where Paul Revere ran his thing. The British are coming, and these people can't spread the word.
Right, exactly.
Disappointing. Anyway, so
check your Facebook.
I went back to the car because I had nowhere else to go, and then there was like nothing around there. It was only like a restaurant.
Do you get a discount or a refund?
Thinking, well, this just sucks. I got to sit in my car by myself until the rain stops. And then I was like, wait a second, I got a beer in here. And the problem was it wasn't cold, but, any port in a storm, right?
Yes.
So finally I got the signal. So
okay, another life hack, tech tip. Bring a cooler full of beer and leave it in your car at all times. You never know when you might need that cold one. What? Why don't you practice what you preach, Butler? I'm drinking a Tecate right now, right next to me. A little cooler full of beer. Not full of beer. It's got one beer and it's got an ice pack in it. But yeah, I'm digressing. I apologize, Chris.
Facebook, I looked, the Metallica page, and they said, all right, you can come to the stadium. Ice Nine Kills, the opener, who I saw last year, and I saw the year before in Buffalo when I went up there. They weren't able to play, so boo-hoo. Five Finger Death Punch, who are okay. I can't say I hate them, but
I couldn't tell you one song
either. They played a short set, and I came in during that. So then the rain stopped, and the big thing was Taylor Swift played there like in a torrential rainpour. So she can do it. So can the men of Metallica. Mm-hmm. So that was the second night, and that was a great show. And James Hetfield actually turned 61 the night between those two shows. So I will post the set lists on the Rock and Roll Geek Facebook page.
Oh, thank you, Fred.
A page
that's right.
Michael
Here we go.
Did not create. But there are 2 questions from the sheriff. So they will make sure you're not one of those people who share the name of the city where the ex-president was shot at. So
exactly.
I got out of that show quickly,
whatever that means.
Made the drive home Monday morning.
Oh, okay. I got it. Butler, Pennsylvania. Got it.
Client madhouse. For some reason, it's usually my slow month, not this time. And I also invited my daughter. She wanted to go to Green Day on Monday night at Citi Field in Queens, and I wouldn't have gone if she didn't want to go. I would have just stayed home. And so I asked her, and she said no, she wanted to work. So I didn't go to that. And tonight it's Journey, Def Leppard, Steve Miller. But I've seen all those acts a bunch of times, so don't need to do that.
Yeah,
so
okay.
That's my long, rambling 10-minute and 16-second review. Still got some more work to do tonight, but that's why I'm drinking this fine iced tea. Let me take another sip.
I'll join you with a Tecate, friend.
That's it. So happy dog days, happy traveling, interesting podcasts coming through from you guys, from the many Michael Butlers out there.
Us guys.
That's it.
Africa, this time tomorrow or this time next week, I'll be on a plane to London Heathrow and then hopping another plane. I'll be hopping a plane from JFK, New York, to London. On Monday, I'm hopping a plane from SFO to JFK. spending the night by the airport. So I probably won't be able to hang out with Manitoba because we're going to stay at an airport hotel. Next morning, we're getting on a plane to London Heathrow, then 2-hour layover at London, then getting on a plane to Johannesburg, South Africa. This time next week, I'll be on a plane en route to Africa. Am I scared? A little bit. 20 hours in flight. I have no idea what to expect in Africa. I hope that I'm going to see Paul Houston. He also left the 20th anniversary show review, so hopefully he'll talk about meeting me in South Africa. I have no idea what to expect. Can you spend U.S. money in South Africa? Anybody knows? rockandrollgeek@gmail.com. Let me know, because I don't have any money in my bank account, so I got to bring cash. And do they like white people there? Because I'm white as they come, friends. All right, back to you, Chris Capel.
So that's the 17th and 18th time I've seen Metallica. Jim Schwab has got me
17th or 18th? I thought it was
Cheap
100.
Trick the most, Rolling Stones the second, Metallica the third. So there you go. And by the way, Cheap Trick did play in Boston that night between the shows, and Kirk Hammett showed up. I mean, I just didn't want to go to Boston. I just didn't want to hang around the city. I just need to get out. Like you in the Mountain House.
Yes.
So
it's nice.
that's it. I got to go pay for my house, my one place.
There you go.
So that's it. So this is Chris Capel, Rock and Roll Copywriter, saying stay frosty.
Stay frosty. You too can leave me a show review. Record it into your phone and email it to me, rockandrollgeek@gmail.com. Thank you very much, Chris Capel. I really appreciate that, friend. That's all the audio comment. That's all the show reviews I have. So I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow. I'm sure I'll figure something out. Tomorrow morning, I got to make another dump run or two. And the wife doesn't want me to cook. I sous vide some duck legs overnight last night. I'm going to make those for dinner. Duck confit, and I'm going to finish them off in the Traeger grill with some roasted potatoes and cooked in duck fat, and probably make a salad. That's going to be for dinner tonight. I have to cook outside because she doesn't want me making a mess of the house. Tomorrow we're going to go out to eat because she's heading out back to San Francisco on Thursday, and I am going to have to. I don't know what I'm going to cook when I'm going to be here by myself Thursday and Friday with the dogs, and I'm not allowed to use the kitchen, so I have to use cook outside. So I'll either cook outside or go get a pizza from the bar in town. Why do you care? You don't. So why am I talking? I don't know, because I'm a dumbass. All right, friends. I will talk to you tomorrow. I'm going to play a song that was sent to me by Stephen Laperriere, a band called Razzmatazz. I believe they're from Germany. And they might be broken up now. It said their last show was in January of 2024 in Denmark. This record is called Rock or Die, and Stephen Laperriere is raving on it. I have not given it a full listen, but I'm going to play a song for you from that album. A band called Razzmatazz. The album is called Rock or Die. I'm going to play the opening song, Big Rip. Thank you for listening, friends. Keep the audio comments coming about the 20th, where you've discovered the Rock and Roll Geek Show, or why you hate the show, or why you love the show, or memories about Michael Butler, or anything. Just call it in and email it to me, rockandrollgeek@gmail.com. You can find this show at rockandrollgeek.com. You can find me on the Facebook, R&R Geek. You can find me on the X, R&R Geek. You can find me on the Instagram, Rock and Roll Geek, don't ask. And don't forget the Rock and Roll Geek Facebook group, run by the sheriff. He's got the law and order down there now. That place is law and orderly. Okay. I'll talk to you tomorrow, friends. Here is Razzmatazz. I got to rewind it. I was just listening to it before I started the show. Here's Razzmatazz.
Oh yes, living is a dilate at the time, no strain. Things are going good for you and me, but the trip is coming near. Feel free to die. There is no tomorrow. Today we gonna die. To the final party. There is no tomorrow. Today we gonna die. To the final party. Big, big, big. Stealing us a spaceship, flying to the moon, looking forward to the show. Oh yeah, living is a dilate at the time, no strain. Things are going good for you and me, but the trip is coming near. Feel free to die. There is no tomorrow. Today we gonna die. To the final party. There is no tomorrow. Today we gonna die. To the final party. There is no tomorrow. Today we gonna die. To the final party. There is no tomorrow. Today we gonna die. To the final party.
It's a rock and roll geek train wreck.